All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostles, of great millstone, and salutation to the elect, which we ought to be. Now, basically, I just want to get into, a few scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Because Jake, two-thirds of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in confusion facing, whose bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the two-thirds of them more than likely, I mean, not more than likely, but what actually is happening is that uh, they they are with them following underneath Esau, Edom, and these heathens and the customs of this world. They basically letting salvation get finessed out of their ass. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of want to go into a few precepts about it. I'm gonna start. This is Genesis chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, "If thou doest well, shall thou not be." I'll read again. Genesis 4 and 7. It says, "If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him." And that that's talking about with his sins. This talking about Cain, referring to Cain. You know what I'm saying? Because Cain killed Abel. You know what I'm saying? Out of jealousy and stuff, and not giving first fruits. You know what I'm saying? The firstling what he had onto Yahweh Shem Yahshai. And the thing is that he's now what the Lord put upon him was that he was always gonna do wrongfully, man. He was never gonna get right. You know what I'm saying? Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they do is contrary to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And Cain, after Cain became the reincarnation of Esau. You know what I'm saying? Esau is the reincarnation of Cain. You know what I'm saying? And I want to also get this. This is with Esau mainly Esau being the reincarnation of Cain, with Cain for the fact that his since sin lieth at the door, with him not able to do right, you know what I'm saying, at all. Guess what? Two-thirds they follow after that. You know what I'm saying? So if you following after that, guess what? You ain't gonna receive salvation. This is Psalms 50 and 16. And it says, "But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee," because they don't follow the law, statute, commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? On the back of their dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust," but yet you do not follow anything. You know what I'm saying? You for one, you try to put yourself on Esau Edom try to put his self on a level as if he is the Most High himself. You know what I'm saying? But all his ways is death, man. You know what I'm saying? And everything that he set up in his society is to be carnal. You know what I'm saying? This is Romans. This is Romans chapter 8, verse. I'm gonna start at 4. It says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because what you want to do is that you want to continue to work within the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sit up here and keep working in the flesh, because if you allow the flesh to win, guess what? Now it's your ass. Now it's like it's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you you reap what you sow. So if you sow into the flesh a lot, guess what? You're gonna reap the benefits of the flesh. Being in the flesh is damnation, man. These missiles with your name on it, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit." So the thing is, if you are of the flesh, you're gonna be talking about tattoos. You're gonna be talking about committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? it's just all the folly that's in the world right now. You know, that's what you're gonna be about. It's gonna be in your conversation, your conduct gonna show that that's what you're about. You know what I'm saying? But the brothers, but the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, guess what? They gonna put on the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? They gonna follow after Yahweh Shem Yahshai. They gonna be in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? As soon as adultery comes up, this, that, and the other, they ain't down with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And really, like anytime where there's like a regular conversation between the men and the Lord, even if it's like, you know, things that's going on in the world, this, that, and the other, guess what? The scriptures always come to mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And we always refer everything from the world and all its folly to the scriptures, man. The next you know, we go into a sit down or we break bread. You know what I'm saying? Those things of the spirit, man. You know? And it says, verse 6 in Romans, the 8th chapter, it says, for to be carnally minded is death. And look what Esau, he's nothing but carnal, man. He ain't nothing spiritual about him. You know what I'm saying? So with him being carnally minded and 2/3 following up after him and stuff, guess what? Guess what? You know, their reward is death, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you commit adultery, hey, that means that you sin against your own soul, man. And I believe that's in Proverbs, the 6th chapter. I try to get it right quick, just so I won't butcher it. This is This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. It said, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So you destroying your own soul. But this is what Esau puts out in this media, to be like the top, just to be that top nigga, to be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or to be that baddest bitch. These are the things that you got to commit. You got to sow onto the flesh. And guess what? He finessing your ass out of salvation, man. You know, he tricking your ass. You know what I'm saying? What is the devil? We call him the devil. Why? Because he's a deceiver, man. And with him being a deceiver, he's finessing your ass. He's supplanting your ass out of salvation, man. And that's on you. You know. And going back to this Romans 8:6, I read it again. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because as it says in Baruch 4:1, not to butcher it, Salakia. This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. It says, this is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endureth forever. You know, meaning that the law is not done away with. It says, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So the ones that's being in the spirit, guess what? They gonna be alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says that he that fall out of the way and go into the congregation of the dead shall stay in the congregation of the dead, man. You know what I'm saying? So lucky if I butchered it, but hey, man, the Lord ain't coming back for the dead, man. The spiritually dead, you know, the carnal-minded Israelites and stuff, they all gonna die, man. You know what I'm saying? But the spiritual, man, you know what I'm saying? If they be martyrs for the truth, guess what? They gonna be the first ones on the chariots, man. First ones that had an angelic body with Yahweh shot, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the spiritual man that's out there that's still fighting, you know, enduring to the end. You know, you still enduring into the end if you die righteously for Yahweh Shem Yahshai, for his name's sake, for this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that the men of the Lord, they gonna stay within the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna have that crown of life, man. They gonna have that life because this word is water, man. Without water, you can't live, bro. You know? And it says, verse 7 says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. You know what I'm saying? So you enmity, man. James 4:4 says is that ye adulterers and adulteresses, if you're a friend of the world, you are enemy of the Lord, man. You You know what I'm saying? So if you an enemy of the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. You trying to be against him. He already got motherfuckers that's against him already. He got these heathens, you know what I'm saying, that was in confederate with Esau bitch ass, you know, which is the Caucasians, you know what I'm saying, so-called white people, man. To take us down, man, to take our heritage, to call us by other names, to call us Negroes, niggas, spics, tree niggas, redskins, which the Indians, they not Indians, they not no motherfucking savages, cause y'all needed help to survive on our land, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So in the end, you know what I'm saying, the natives are not no redskins, man. Caucasians are the real motherfucking redskins, man. You know? But not to get off topic. You know, if you following after Esau, you know what I'm saying, with his desires of his flesh, hey man, you getting finessed. You know what I'm saying? Jake Hates gets finessed by somebody, this, that, and the other gets supplanted in the wrong way, and Esau most definitely doing his job, and he getting your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And you allowing him to do it, man. You know? And it says, verse 8, it says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. So, you know, you got these people that's out here in these churches and stuff. They be like, Lord, Lord, have mercy on me, Lord, this, that, and the other. But yeah, hey, guess what? You ain't, you know, you ain't showing your faith, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, all you thinking is that all you can do is call on JC. You know, who everybody, you know, Jesus Christ, who his real name is Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ is Cesare Borgia, a white man. You know, descendants of Cain and Esau, you know what I'm saying, who's finessing your ass even till today, and he dead already, man. You know. So they can't please God. Why? Because you're not being of the spirit. You ain't trying to follow with the scriptures. You're trying to find some type of way where you can still do wickedly in this present society, man. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, he most definitely keeping you in mind. Verse 9, it says, but ye are not in the flesh, talking about the men of the Lord, but in the spirit. If so, be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Yahweh Shai, he is none of his. And if Yahweh Shai be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness, right? And what is righteousness? The law, statute, commandments, how to be, man. You know what I'm saying? How to be gods. The Lord said that we are gods, and he gave us the blueprint on how to do it. If you trying to be against that, hey, guess what? The Lord ain't trying to deal with you, man. He ain't trying to deal with you because you ain't trying to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? He got his hand down trying to save your ass, this, that, and the other, and you pushing it away. And you sliding back to Esau ass, his nasty, dirty ass, man. You know? This is Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, drink waters out of thy own cistern, and running waters out of thy own well. And that cistern is talking about, you know, because cistern is a well, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to you know, water, this, that, and the other. But spiritually, it's talking about your original knowledge, man. The law, statute, commandments. You know, for you Mexicans, you got the Lost Lunar Stone. They got ancient Hebrew writing on the rock, man. You know what I'm saying? That's found in New Mexico. And then you also got Salakia, but that's you got the damn, Salakia. I'll read it again. This is Proverbs 5 and 15. It says, drink waters of thy own cistern, and running waters out of thy own well. It was prophesied that the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans was going to fall by the same race of people, man. You know what I'm saying? You the Spaniards, which are Caucasians, which are Edomites. Guess what? They came over and they took the so-called the Aztecians, you know, the Taino Indians, which would be the Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans, and the Aztecians, the Aztecs would be the Mexicans, man, the Israelites, man. You know, and you have the Polish and the Portuguese that came over and took Judah, the so-called Negro, so-called nigga. You know what I'm saying? And brought them from West Africa to the Americas, man. You know what I'm saying? And all us been in the slave trade, man. You know. And the thing is that we got to come back to our waters. What is the waters? The word, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the life. This Hosea, I'm gonna finish off with this scripture. This is Hosea chapter 10, verse 12. It says, "Sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy." You know what I'm saying? Because how we gonna retain mercy? You know what I'm saying? We for one, we gotta be part of the elect, which we hope to be. You know, we gonna study to show ourselves approved. You know what I'm saying? It says, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek Yahweh till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Right? Because, you know, you gotta fall away from that old ass man. You know, all this stuff that you've been learning up from when it comes down to the world, the things that Esau has been pushing, man. You gotta give all that shit the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you continue to do that, the more you're gonna get finessed. You know what I'm saying? The more he gonna supplant your ass and getting destroyed. You know, everybody wants salvation. You see how Jake lived now today. Jake will work hard as hell just so he can have some sort of kingdom set up in his own crib that he still got to pay motherfucking rent for. You know, Jake already knows that they want to sit up. Jake already knows that they king, God, king, priest, man. But you need to come back to the knowledge on how to be so, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you're going to get finesse. You know, and the elect, which we hope to be, they gonna reap what they sow. They gonna reap. They gonna sow spiritually, and they gonna reap spiritually, man. You sow to the spirit, you gonna gain more in the spirit, man. That's what we need to get saved out of here. You know, Lord willing. And I hope this video was edifying, and I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, double honors to apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which we ought to be. Shalom.